can we just get an indication? Do you think
Yes, we're all good now.
Do you think that's sorted?
Do you want to start again?
No, I think what we can do is we can send them a summary of the comments. Yeah.
I'll carry on with the dedicated school grant. So the dedicated schools grant is reporting a net outturn deficit of 15 million against its 22.7 million budget, which is an improvement compared to the 17.4 forecast of the previous period. The main financial challenge continues to be in the high needs block, which has an in-year overspend of 16.2 million, resulting from increases in education, health and care plan assessments and need. This deficit will be added to the 21-22 brought forward deficit of 24.7 million, so that a total of 39.7 million will be carried forward into 23-24. The indicative public health grant outlined in the budget approved by Council was 33.6 million. The budgeted grant has been revised to 34.6 million, reflecting an uplift of 1 million in the actual grant award, and there was no outturn variation. This is unchanged from the previous period. The capital programme outturn is 198.7 million, which is an underspend of 28.4 compared to the revised budget of 227.1 million, and an underspend of 110.5 million when compared to the original budget. The underspend is made up of 8.2 million underspend in the HRA capital programme and 20.2 million underspend on general fund capital. This is largely due to external factors, delays and variations to schemes with spend profiles that span across a number of financial years. This report updates Cabinet on the delivery of savings in 22-23, where 16 million, 66% of the total budgeted is reported as delivered in year, either as originally planned or through alternative mitigating and recovery actions, so that 8.6 million will be carried forward for delivery in 23-24. These savings will continue to be monitored and reviewed for delivery throughout the year. The remaining approval sought can be found in the playback.
Thank you very much, Craig. That's loads of work done there by you and the finance team in the face of phenomenal pressures in the moment, but obviously after over a decade of incredible pressure on local government as well, not helped by national approaches to local government finance. So we've had no public forum questions, but we do have one statement, and that's from Dave as well. Dave, can I give you your mic, please?
You will hear me if I speak. Yeah.
I'm just going to make sure you get a thumbs
Okay,
up.
yeah, my point is about, well, I welcome the savings, I also welcome the extra money Craig put into maintaining the bus contracts up until 31st of March this year. We maintained a full network. Obviously, we don't have that network now with the level of money being spent across to the West England and Mirror Combined Authority to levy. But I'm also concerned about the efficiency savings. We're seeing duplication of services between the West England and Mirror Combined Authority and Bristol City Council, and officers doing duplicate jobs between public transport officers here and in the West England Combined Authority. And we really do need to make these savings and do the transfer of staff to the West England Combined Authority, where the duties and powers now lie by the Act of Parliament that set up WECA. And that will also make savings to this authority, which is very important. This is supported by all the transport groups who've made statements in full council, by the stakeholder groups and by the bus operators. So we really need to move everything to the authority that has the governance for public transport service and delivery, rail, bus, ferry, coach. It's all covered in the Act of Parliament, even strategic highway, and that is WECA. So I would hope and welcome the ongoing discussion with the Mayor for the West of England to make sure this happens during this financial year. We are also concerned about duties in the new Transport Committee, which actually are not with the City Council, actually with the West of England Combined Authority, and that will need to be looked at carefully. I have emailed Nicola about some of that issue, Nicola Beach. So I really welcome, I do welcome the savings. I do think there's more we can take out of the system by moving stuff to the West of England Combined Authority, and I welcome the fact you put the levy up, but I think with the new unitary, as my final point, coming into B, I think there will be a discussion with South Gloucestershire, Baines and North Somerset all about the transport levy over the next financial year. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thanks very much, Dave. Appreciate your contribution. Obviously, that work is underway now as well for the transfer. I think I would, because you're the only statement here, I'll just respond a bit. I think there was always going to be a period of adjustment between local authorities and combined authorities as well, to make sure that we are more than some of our parts, we're avoiding duplication, we are delivering on those cross-border issues for a longer term, getting a big infrastructure in place, and where the work's done and how the work's done. For example, we've really been clear about the importance of the combined authority backing local government to get done what local government is best placed to do. On one front, but also as we are with the transport team, we're looking to put the right resource in the right place when it's best led at the combined authority, as well. Alongside that, we need to continue to work on our cross-border relationships directly with the other local authorities, because there are things that we can just crack on and do that are, historically points of cross-border tension, and we've been working incredibly well on the M32 Park and Ride, for example. We need to work very well with Baines on the Hitsgate Park and Ride. Again, as an integral part of a mass transit system for the city region's future. But your ongoing input is going to be very welcome. So can I ask any cabinet members if they wish to comment on the paper today?
Can I just make one comment? Because obviously you can see in the paper that we continue to struggle with an overspend on out of county placements. We are working really hard on this. Obviously, we are going to increase the number of children's homes that we want to open, but that's still not going to necessarily address that whole situation. But I know that the staff team are working really hard, and this is an issue not only impacting Bristol City Council but every single local authority in the country, so we're not in this alone. I'm also happy to see, even though we want to see much more movement on this, the underspend around the DSG, but it's still cause for concern, and again we continue to work with government on finding a solution to address that.
Thank you, Asha. Anyone else? No? Okay. Because we were a little bit short, can I just check before I hand back to Craig to take the decision, which I will support? Any declarations of interest, just for these that you weren't here? I don't think that's all pretty straightforward. Okay, thank you. Craig, let me hand back to you now.
In terms of the decision to be made today, I put the recommendation that's set out in the report.
Thank you very much. And thank you everyone for reconvening on this Monday morning. That's the end of today's Cabinet meeting. The date of the next Cabinet meeting is the 6th of June 2023. I will actually, because it's in front of me, just point out this, I hope the camera can pick it up, this great book looking at Bristol 650. It's the 650th anniversary of our city charter today. So I recommend picking it up. Lots of information in here about Bristol, including 10% off visit to the Wild Place, New Home Bristol Zoo. So well worth going up there. Fantastic place for the animals and all the species preservation work that the society will be doing. Okay. Anyway, have a good day. Take care.